The news starts now. AM 1240 and 95.3 FM. WJON.
Good morning. I'm Jim Maurice. It's 6:32. We're at 31 right now. Your WJON Weather Eye forecast coming up in a few minutes after the news. News this hour brought to you by Trout Companies. City of Sauk Rapids and the Sauk Rapids Rice School District looking to finalize a plan for a land swap. City Council is holding a special meeting tonight, and on the consent agenda is the land swap. School district wants to build a new early childhood education facility close to the high school in a portion of Mayhew Creek Park. They have a public referendum on the ballot coming up in February. City and the school are proposing exchanging about 10 acres between the future baseball complex and the multi-use fields owned by the city for 17.5 acres east of the high school owned by the district. In the event the referendum is not passed by the voters and the ECFE building is not built by 2027, the land exchange will be reversed. David Hann is out as chairman of the Republican Party of Minnesota.
Wayzata City Councilman Alex Plekash was elected Minnesota GOP chair Saturday. Former State Senator Hann was elected party chair in October 2021 following the resignation of Jennifer Carnahan and re-elected in December of 2022. DFL Chair Ken Martin said in a statement, quote, "The Minnesota GOP has been completely captured by the most extreme fringe activists in Minnesota politics." Hann was not known as a strong Trump supporter. Brent Palm, MNN.
Plekash has served as a Republican Congressional District Vice Chair and an RNC committee man. We are now less than a month away from the start of the new Minnesota legislative session. Budget talks will dominate a lot of the conversation at the Capitol. Republican House Speaker-designate Lisa Demuth believes cooperation will also be a key word during the next session.
Our expectation, and I think Minnesotans expect, that Democrats will work with Republicans to find a fix, balance the state budget that does not raise taxes, that keeps fraud accounted for and stopping the fraud and the waste and moving forward.
The new legislative session opens on Tuesday, January the 14th at the Capitol. Hundreds turned out Saturday to get their first look at a new Sartell business. Nurture to Play held a sneak peek from 10:30 a.m. till 1:30 in the afternoon. Nurture to Play is a play cafe where kids can have a safe place to play while their parents or guardians take a break. The sneak peek had vendors, pictures with Santa, art projects, toys for the kids to play on. Furry friends from the Tri-County Humane Society, co-owner Jordan Ranke, says they are ready to get to their grand opening.
There's a lot of excitement. This is so needed, and I think people are just ready to have, especially during the winter, a place that they can bring their littles and get that energy out.
She says the grand opening is in January, but they don't have an exact date yet. Once Nurture to Play will have a bar by Second Street Coffee House, activities for kids like a tiny town, rock climbing wall, and swings, and be able to hold birthday parties and other events. Tickets now on sale for a popular St. Cloud fundraising event. Tickets available for the Catholic Charities of the Diocese of St. Cloud Mardi Gras fundraiser. The event benefits people in need of shelter, food, clothing in the St. Cloud area. It'll feature a gourmet dinner catered by Custom Catering by Shortstop, music by the Fabulous Armadillos and the Vista Jazz Band, a silent auction, and more. Mardi Gras will be held at the River's Edge Convention Center on Saturday, January 25th, and will cost $110 per person. Tickets can be bought by calling 320-650-1647 or on the Catholic Charities website. WJON News Time coming up on 6:36, and it's a mild 31 right now. News this hour brought to you by Trout Companies. Your WJON Weather Eye forecast on the way in a few minutes from now. For more St. Cloud area news, check out the WJON mobile app. It's brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant. Jim Maurice, WJON.
Right, Jim, we're just over a week away from Christmas. Today is Stupid Toy Day. Can you ever remember a toy that you thought was just kind of stupid?
I don't know, probably.
Did you ever have one that it's like, oh, thanks, but no thanks, that somebody gave you?
Maybe, possibly. I don't.
Nothing comes to mind, though?
Really, no.
Okay, so here's a list of what are considered to be really bad ideas. And not every idea is a good idea. Let's just be honest. All right, so the Doggy Doo board game. Never heard of this before. But it's a board game that involves 4 players trying to pick up dog poop with a scooper, and whoever gets it wins.
Interesting.
That sounds awful. And I can't imagine people wanted to play that. This next one is kind of on similar lines. It's called the Baby Wee Wee. So the Baby Wee Wee, essentially it's an anatomically correct doll that drinks water, walks around for a few minutes, and tells you it needs to pee while holding its crotch. Wow. You can let it pee into a plastic potty before time runs out, either sitting down or standing up.
Okay.
So, yeah, the Baby Wee Wee doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
No, seems like a mess.
It's like, why not, if you're going to get a doll, it's a baby, you want it for the benefits, not the negatives, right? You can learn that later on.
Yeah.
The Furby Boom. Do you remember this one?
Remember the Furbies? Sure.
Okay, so Furby Boom. So apparently it never shuts up. It says blah, blah, blah. It makes annoying sounds. And it takes a long time to change the personality depending on what it is. The Furby Boom. I don't remember this thing. Let's see. Some other toys that are considered to be bad toys. Well, this must have been written by a parent who had experience with their kids. Nerf guns.
Oh.
I could see how this would be a bad one if you're a parent. If you're a kid, you probably loved it. But the Nerf guns, and these Nerf guns have these little pellets. Mm-hmm. And when my kids were younger, and I think these are still pretty prevalent now, these Nerf gun things with the pellets, that the pellets would sit all over the place. And I told them if I saw them on the floor, I'd throw them away. So eventually you run out of pellets.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So there was definitely a few of them that got thrown away. And the Nerf guns, I think, are still in our house. But I doubt we even have any pellets left.
Sure.
Some other things that are considered to be bad toy ideas. Fidget spinners. You familiar with these things?
I am. I think they serve a purpose, though, right? For people
they
who are
seem
nervous.
to serve a purpose. Agreed. I guess they could be a distraction to some people, but I don't know. They don't rank high in my list of bad toys, but for some, fidget spinners on the list. Mm-hmm. Let's see. There's a such thing as a breastfeeding baby doll. I don't think I need to go into detail. That does sound like a bad idea as far as kids, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hot Wheels light speeders. So they were solar-powered toys and cars. And these solar-powered cars, apparently, they didn't run effectively without enough solar power. Well, that would make sense, and you could see how that could be a problem. Kids don't want that.
They want instant gratification. They don't wait.
Correct. You don't want to wait for it, having to have things all charge up ahead of time. It's like getting a toy that needs batteries on Christmas, and you didn't supply the batteries.
Yeah.
Those would be considered bad toys as well. And then the last one they have listed is kind of a blanket statement, McDonald's toys.
Wow.
Well, I mean, just face it, a lot of those were probably pretty cheaply made, right? They were in Happy Meals.
Yeah. I mean, they're tiny little gimmicky things.
Right.
So.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what do you got coming up at 7:05?
Minden Township looking to extend its orderly annexation with Sauk Rapids. We'll give you the latest on that. 7:05 this morning.
All right, Jim, thank you. 6:40, and we're currently at 31 degrees. Weather forecast with Kara Foster next.
WJON Radar Weather.
Joined now by meteorologist Kara Foster for a look at the weather forecast. All right, Kara, so we've got snow coming. When is our best chance to see measurable snow this week?
So our first chance is going to be on Tuesday and into Tuesday night. We might see up to an inch there. It will be pretty light and scattered starting in the afternoon Tuesday. Second chance does start probably early Tuesday morning, maybe around midnight or so, and continues throughout most of the day on Thursday. So gets pretty heavy throughout Thursday daytime. Doesn't seem like it'll be too intense as of right now. Doesn't seem like it'll be super breezy, but it will be bringing us actually some solid accumulation for the first time in a while. As far as models right now. One is saying, maybe 2 to 3 inches. Another is saying that a lot of areas will be a little bit lighter, but then there will be one heavier band of like 5 to 6 inches of snow. So they're kind of, button heads, or as they usually do right now. We'll see how it does, how they start to kind of change throughout the next couple of days. But do know that, going into tomorrow and tomorrow night, we'll probably have a little bit of a coating, and then we'll see where we're at with this second system. It will definitely be bigger, and we'll definitely see some accumulation. It's just as far as the end result might be a little bit different as of right now by, going into Wednesday. So today it is warmer. We're looking at cloudy 35. It is pretty foggy out there as well. Westerly winds are 10 to 20, gusting up to 35. The roads are still kind of slick in some areas from what we got on Saturday. And so just make sure you're taking it slow. Going into tonight, we'll stay cloudy, dip down to 21. Westerly winds gusting up to 35. And then those snow showers possible on Tuesday, high of 24. Snow into Tuesday night, dip down to 13. Cooler for Wednesday, sunny 17. Flurries start Wednesday night, going into Thursday all day, high of 21. And then cooler but sunny weekend, sunny and 13 Friday, sunny 15 Saturday, and 21 and sunny on Sunday. Today's forecast is brought to you by Country Hearth. I'm meteorologist Kara Foster.
All right, Kara, thank you. It's 6:43, and we're at 31 degrees. The official high at the St. Cloud Airport yesterday was 35. Low was 30. We had no measurable precip yesterday. 25 degrees, the average high temperature for this date, 10, the average low. Record high temps at a 1939 of 57. Record low set in 2008 of 24 below. Currently at WJON, 31 degrees. Here's a CNBC market update.
This holiday, give a gift as unique as your child's dreams. An iSave 529 plan. It's the perfect present for any future. Register by December 31st at iowa529contest.com for your chance to win an account contribution.